Water is very important. Clean water is very important. Chris is here to talk about water treatment. What technology is needed to make the water drinkable, not just drinkable, but free of microbiome, free of microorganisms that actually can cause cancer. So the technology need to be explored. It's not final yet, but I think he gave you the idea. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Chris.
Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is the key to run the presentation. I speak about water technology for life. You might wonder, why is water so important? Everything grows with water. We live in the region of ASEAN, where we are blessed with subtropical conditions. We have rivers, we have rain, we have abundant fauna and flora, and we live and strive on agriculture. Right? This is a basis of all our growth in the past decades and will also be in the future. So water, this alone is so important to live and to bring forward. However, clean water is what we need to achieve for everybody to be able to use. So, and this is what I speak about today. You might wonder, I'm the German guy coming here to ASEAN. Yeah, so here in your country, I'm in Thailand for more than half of my life. And I think Pisak is the one who opened me the door to Thailand. So the credit point goes to him here for this regard. Thank you. To start my presentation, we all know about the SDG 2030. People wear them on their jacket. I've seen pin in the rooms. Everybody is working towards this. But the key is really to have water and sanitation and hygiene as an objective in the SDG number 6. And this is where we go for. Now, how does Thailand actually look in this? And I thought I'd just share you some information. Thailand actually has now already 99.5% already for the last 5 years reached the drinkable water supply available to the communities. I think this is a really great achievement because it wasn't like this about 5 to 10 years before that. So this is the great news that we have. However, we are still 34.3% is actually the suitable quality for consumption. So it still demands the additional treatment, and it still demands the further mass availability of drinkable water and consumable water to the people, right? And this is the outside perspective from the world. So what do we learn here? Wow, 43 million people drink contaminated water. Okay. That's maybe the Western view into Thailand. It does not necessarily mean the Thailand view on itself, but it's kind of scary if people talk about like that, right? So we need to change that image. That means we need to work hard and put the thing together. And today I show you one of the technology that is able to do that. Drought is a problem, flooding is a problem. We have lots of water, but it's never in the right place. I don't talk about the management of the water here and the volume, but I talk to you what we have once the water is dirty to clean it. And we have a rising demand. So we talk about Eastern Economic Corridor, we talk about investment of all the Thai entrepreneurs, Southeast Asian entrepreneurs, global companies, or all the Chinese who come to actually, take over more factories and build more land. They all need water to process. And they need clean water to process, so the demand is rising. So we need to find ways to make these things better, faster, cheaper. I'm not sure if all three at the same time, but at least 2 we can reach of that. So our objective, as you see, is to ensure the availability and the sustainable management of the water and the clean water sanitation for us all. Those are all the sub-targets that we have here expelled out, so you can find yourself there. There's a quick video I show you for an awareness about where we are. Before that, we look into what are technologies available. Many ways of technologies available. Reverse osmosis, we know this when we produce the drinking water in bottles. UV, UF, NF, IF, carbon filters. But what are we talking here? This is a silicon carbide product. So me being German, this is a German technology. And I personally found this to be the most workable because it's fast, it's efficient, and it's scalable. Yeah? Now, what is silicon carbide? Anybody know this? is actually a combination of silicon and carbon, and is a creation of a filter in that way. So we use it for making brakes, abrasives, yeah, or we use it also in like building materials, or we also use it as a fake diamond. Yeah, but here we use it actually as a filter, and this is the story about why we need to take care about good water. How can we consume drinking water bottles, produce them, and the population will grow, even we're getting older? How can we wash our car, clean our vegetables? Why is this so important? Because also in Southeast Asia, there's still some area, there's still some part where it's not really always the case. That's a vision now out of the African continent. We need to develop there much more. Yeah? But as a global responsibility, we need to lead and we need to execute so that other people actually can, learn from our experience and excellence to drive this forward. Here is a bit information about the product structure, how this looks like, all the benefit of the product, how it works. So you can see here, it is very faster, it's more efficient, high flux operation. It actually has, similar to sand, more clean approach. So in this area, bacteria and fungi will grow and pollute the water. The filter that is the silicon carbide filter is in the same level of sand. So we know, example from Indonesia or other sources, we use the sand to filter water in a traditional pathway. This is a similar product. So it is stackable. It has cleaning options, and here is perhaps the video that shows the process on how things are cleaned. So what you see here in the background in the cloudy is a seawater, is a brackish seawater with all the algae, bacteria, and everything you have in there. So the first step is like the fast filtration of the tank. And now we are having the camera moving through the water, kind of to be above of this tank. And you see how now the water is getting drained. And those cross elements that you see here is this filter technology. So it's a ceramic filter, silicon carbide technology. So now it's been filtered, and the water that comes is just consumable and is clean. So I think it's the very first step we need to do that. Why is this important? This is not a large plant. You can do this in your community. You can do this regional. You could do this at provincial level. You could do this at the suburban level. So I believe this technology is manageable as of today. We just need to implement it, localize it, connect it to smart measures, and then we actually can affect the result. So what we see here, I think, is the water when it's being washed, when the machine is being washed, right? So this is a cleaning process of the machine, and then the tank can be refilled again, and the water cleans it one more time. So, and the water that we can use that start from this process is suitable for human consumption. So when it's suitable for human consumption, it fulfills a lot of specification. We can put into the industry, for sure we can put into the agriculture, we also can put into a water bottle, right? So it's really a product that brings us forward strongly. Okay, so I think this is clearly understandable, and I would like to invite everybody to look in such solutions and technologies. Because the challenge is not to have access to good water. The challenge is to create enough of it on a local basis at an affordable price level that brings these people that we are living in our community, that we want to grow them a better and sustainable future. Right? So let's continue. How am I involved in this, and what business do I want to do from there? So I said it's a food business that I'm driving here. So water is a part of food. I'm actually trading commodities. Yeah? So salt is a business of mine, and other commodities, and water as well. Now, you could put into water when you create a drinkable product. You can put sugar, syrups, flavors. You can put health agents. Some people put mushroom inside. green tea, right? You can add things to water, but we add hydrogen to water. So this is the vertical integration, from that local source in the local village, in the local community, to be able to create their better life and a healthy product that we actually bring. So there are therapeutical effects, and those are increase of antioxidant potential, reduction of the marker for DNA damage, lower percentage in the peripheral blood molecular cell apoptosis. So cells will die less. So it is beneficial to your health. It improves also athletic performance. Yeah, it improves the cognitive benefits, antioxidation, anti-inflammation, the regulation of the cell generation. It goes against any kind of infection that we would find, and it supports weight management. We all eat too much, so why don't we drink the good water? So my objective is, on the regional, on the community level, to bring water drinkable, make it accessible in quantities, and give small entrepreneurs the opportunity to then add value into the drinking water to have a happier and healthier life as our humans. This is my presentation for today. I'd like to invite all members of ASEAN to take this as a good example, and I'm happy for discussions hereafter. Thank you.
Next, in line we have the JC member, if I'm not wrong. We talk about the AI for social enterprise. A lot of people want to use AI in the commerce, making benefit, making profit. But actually, he's actually very important in making AI for the social enterprise. Let's hear from him. Give him a very big hand. Mr. Kriang Kai. He's a JC.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's such an honor to be amongst all of you today. And my name is KK from Crossword Asia. And we have one simple question. Since we have such a big power of AI, we come together as programmers, we ask ourselves, with this superpower, how can we in Thailand become the Avengers and truly help solve Thailand's biggest problem? So allow me to do something unconventional. Let me present from here because I want to show you the real power of AI. So, quick introduction. Myself, KK, I've worked at Microsoft and Google before, and I've seen how technology is already so advanced, but the practical, the application is still very at the early stage level. So we have such a big superpower, and we're using just a small chunk of it. So our company, our goal, we come together, and our goal is that 40% strong, and 40 people strong, we wanted to bring AI to help solve problems. For the past 7 years, we have solved many problems, but today we select the top 3, top of the cream. We have transformed education, classroom, we have transformed government process, and we have transformed SME. So we're not here to talk, we're here to show. So firstly, let's start off with the classroom. Now, a lot of us, when we talk about classroom, we focus on students. But there is a pandemic going on here. There's an epidemic, a pandemic going on. The small number of teachers. Why? Because while we are focusing so much on students and how we can improve their lives, what we are skipping, what we are missing is actually how do we help the teachers, right? From our study, we found that in Bangkok alone, we have 15,000 teachers, and each of them are wasting around 2 million, all of them combined are wasting 2 million hours per year on paperwork. Let me show you. When we finish a semester, going back to not so long ago because you all look so young, but not so long ago, when you finish a term, you get a grade. In Thailand, even to today, the grade is being filled with Excel. So imagine every student, we have over 200,000 students in Bangkok alone. Each of them, their grade paper being filled on Excel. Imagine the mistake, imagine the tiredness, imagine the tears of the teacher.
So rather than having to fill 3.5 or 4 or 2 here, it turns out when we apply simple AI, we are able to create a simple place where you can, rather than tick, we just tick individual student we want to generate, select the grade paper, click generate, and voila, from 2 million hours to 2 seconds. 2 million hours per year to 2 seconds. Now, if we are SME or if we are corporate, right? If we are building this for corporate, it will be easy ERP project. But when it comes to government, we apply different logic. So we apply the same logic we do for corporate, for government efficiency. And so with this, teacher can easily press print, and they are ready to go and focus on more important things, adding value to their student. And so the teacher saw this, and some of them cried. Why hasn't this come sooner? It is one of our pride. Now, we move on to the next one because of time. The second part is the civil servant. Now, when we think about government process, we want to think about how can government do more for the people? How can we improve people's life? But I want to turn that around, right? A lot of us are trying to chase the butterfly. We like to go around and chase the butterfly. We try to bring it all together. But the butterfly like to fly away. But if our garden is beautiful, all the butterfly want to come in. It is the same thing with government. When there's a better offer, a higher, more paying job or more better offer, civil servant starts to leave government. So the question is not how do we make it improve for the people, but how do we make it improve for the civil servant? How do we make the civil servant happier and doing more valuable job, not just paperwork? Let me give you a scenario. When you go to report something to a civil servant, the paperwork has to be processed. Now, one of the projects that I did, that we have the honor of doing, is that the process has being reported by the entire country and only processed by 7 people. The entire country report and only 7 people get to process. Each request, like a scam call or whatnot, takes around 2 weeks to process. That is unacceptable, right? If you have emergency, you want it to be dealt right away. Not waiting for 2 weeks for something to just get to the right place. So what do we do, Kap? So instead of that, we decide to create a platform where your request, for example, this request, upload, using the latest AI, OCR technologies, extracting text, ta-da, right? So it extracts the text, read the context, apply the ChatGPT large language model on it, summarize what it's supposed to be about, and send the latest line to the right people. Imagine getting all that paper, bling, to your phone. And now, all you're required to do is press accept or reject. As simple as that. Thai people use Line and government use Line a lot. And so we integrate it into Line. Government can easily read their report right from their phone. If they just click here, they can read from their phone the latest report, and they're able to process it faster. Again, from 2 weeks to 2 seconds. Well, 2 minutes, just to be safe. From 2 weeks to 2 minutes. And so some documents are 100 pages, so 2 minutes. But again, efficiency with the power of AI. And finally, we solve the classroom, we solve the government, now we move on to solve SME issue. And now, thank you to the amazing organization that I'm part of. I just joined JCI, an organization, Junior Chambers International, last year. I joined last year. And they took me, thank God, they took me throughout the country and help and provide a platform for me to share to SME about AI. So we have the opportunity to share about over 5,000 members and over 400 new business was born as a result. How do we know that? We keep in touch in our line and it's really amazing. Allow me to show you an example. So one of our pride is that during last 3 months ago, there was a phenomena. The new Mudeng pygmy hippo, right? Now it's cute, it's going viral, but to every business person, this is opportunity, right? This is opportunity. So in the past, how do we make use of this opportunity? But now, any business throughout our training can go to a free ChatGPT and put in a that and generate. Tam ta tam 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 tam. Okay. So this generative AI takes your idea, put in its additional creativity, and generate new picture that has never been before. So it turns out our client, our member who came to the training, a lot of them put Mudeng into ChatGPT, and they got from the cool shirt to a new food jelly product. All of this can be turned around from idea to action in 3 hours. What used to take weeks for them to come up with a nice idea to catch up with the market can now take less than 3 hours. This is how fast the business can move with the power of AI. And we are so proud to be part of, to empower Thai SME with this project. So our team, Crosswork, our goal is to bring AI to be able to empower and be able to help both government and SMEs to use the most power of AI. And one of the next projects that we are really proud of is the ability to apply. So what happened was we showed them the power of AI by, let me show you also an example. So we showed them that this technology called computer vision. What it is basically how we can use AI to detect people and object. So one of them asked, hey, Kun KK, can we, I have a know-how. I have a know-how of image detection. Can you help me detect the ripeness of durian or ripeness of tomato or high-paying product, a high-paying fruit, high-margin fruit? And of course, because we are a venture, we say, yes, of course. So what we did is we create an AI with a drone that flies and tries to detect the fruit to see how much it withers and to be able to warn the farmers beforehand to help them help them adjust the fertilizer or adjust the water acidity level. As a result, we're able to help reduce the withering by 77%. Again, that's generous. Let's say 32%. But from one of our clients, it actually reached 77%. And it reduces the fertilizer waste. Fertilizer is one of the greatest debt burden for farmers. To be able to tell them that, dude, you don't need to put in this much fertilizer, really helps them reduce the overhead costs and help them to improve the fruit quality. So as a result, AI is real. AI is coming to help at the ground level, at the farming level. And we are really excited as Crosswork Asia to be able to be there to hold their hand and help them to succeed, both government and SME. So I'm excited to be on this field because I know that everyone is passionate about AI. Everyone in this room is young, and everyone in this room is excited to put in practice. We would love to share our best practices. We would love to share how we achieve, and we would love to learn from your wisdom. Thank you very much.